Hi, everyone. Andrew Fisher with the YMCA of the Okoboji's with November 2023 update on the Igniting Healthy Legacy campaign. It's been some time since I've done one of these, and quite frankly, it's just as we're finishing up a number of projects, wanted to be able to show you more of a finished product. And as we sit here today, I'm excited to say that, our pool renovation at the Bedell Family YMCA, our Aranasian project at Camp Foster, in the dining hall expansion and renovation at Camp Foster are completed or substantially completed. The dining hall, which I'll show you here in a moment, has a couple pieces still to be completed for us to be able to call it 100% complete. And so just as a reminder, as I start off today, I want to make sure and always point you towards the ignitecampaign.com website, just as there will be a number of the things that I'm showing you here today that will also be there. Has a number of pieces of information that I won't cover that will be able to give you a sense of where we currently sit, where we've come from. There are photos to show you just progress photos over the past year and a half of the different projects that we've done. Opportunity to schedule a tour of Camp Foster. You can always reach out to me individually on that. But just again, this is a good place to refer back to in regards to the campaign that's been going on for the past couple of years. And so with that, turn our attention to Camp Foster and talk about some of the things that have recently been completed. And so in the coming weeks, you should be receiving in the mail an update from us in the form of a letter, as well as some more information just about where we sit as a campaign holistically. And so as a reminder, dining hall project that I referenced briefly, the Aranasian project, the Bedell Family YMCA Aquatic Center renovation, securing of funds to grow the organization's endowment by $1 million, and securing funds to eliminate organizations' long-term debt. Those have all been able to be put a big check mark by, and that's because of so many people. Thank you so much to all of you for your generous support to a number of these different initiatives, whether you specifically supporting Camp Foster, long-term sustainability, or someone that's in love with the aquatics programs. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart and all of us here in the Iowa Great Lakes and Camp Foster for the support of those gifts. As we had talked about previously, when we shifted the campaign to a phase 1, phase 2, just to navigate the construction world and elevated prices, phase 2, the last major project that we had on the docket, was our visitor center project. And really with that, we are looking to develop a welcoming face at the front of Camp Foster. Would also house our business operations, allow our staff to do some things differently than what they're able to currently do in our current setting. Biggest piece of this would be enhancing our security functionality at camp. With having our visitor center towards the front of camp, would be able to eliminate a lot of unnecessary traffic year-round for us, and allow us to then put in the pieces to place to really be able to wall off camp and have it be its own secluded place without having to worry about someone driving down the road there during camping season. Along with that, we are actively fundraising for that project still. As we sit here today, we are looking to raise just a little over $550,000 for that project. We are looking at writing some specific grants towards that project to hope drive that fundraising cost down. And so actively pursuing a couple of those at this point in time. Always open to suggestion from any of you on other places to look for potential funding sources in regards to that. But again, asking all of you if future considerations, if that'd be something that you would find within your heart to further support, is the Visitor Center project at Camp Foster. Doing the Visitor Center project at camp allows us to take camp's current office and repurpose it as our health lodge, which would continue to allow us to evolve how we're caring for kids, the supports we're giving to them during those magical 10 weeks of summer as we know it, as well as serving a number of groups and events that we have year round at Camp Foster. And so With that, again, thank you. Just know you'll be receiving some more information outside of just this digital newsletter in your mail with more information about this campaign as well as these projects that we've been working forward. And so, as I had mentioned earlier, it's been a while since I have done one of these update videos, and partly because I want to wait to show you some finished products. And as we sit here today, the majority of everything is complete. We do have some final touches at camp, specifically around the dining hall, but for all intents and purposes, we are in a very good position here. And so the Airnasium, which you would be the first thing that you would see as you enter Camp Foster as it currently sits, has been something that has been able to be used for part of the camping season, but this is going to be something that is new for us as a staff team on how we program the space, how we utilize it to the best of our abilities and benefit campers at day camp as well as resident camp through it. And so if you were in the Lakes area and happened to attend Fall Fest, you may have been able to see this space as this was kind of the check-in point for the Fall Fest activity. We had over 1,700 visitors to camp on that day. And so as you look at the Airnasium from the inside, so to speak, as we come back to open air gymnasium concept, it is a space that's nice and shaded. Temperature stays nice and cool through there. We do have basketball available. We have restroom facilities, water fountains, and can never have enough of those types of amenities spread out across camp's 200+ acres. And so this is something that is pretty cool sight as you're driving into camp to see this, and then be able to see how that it connects down into camp through the walking paths that have been developed over the past 2 years as well. Shifting focus over to the dining hall project. This is an aerial view from the lakeside a couple of weeks ago. There's not quite as many trees at camp as we sit here today. The last big piece that we've been waiting on this project to get fully wrapped up is the railing systems around the amphitheater, as well as the entry points on the side here. And those are actually being installed this week. There is going to be some work that will need to be completed further on that in the spring to have that project fully buttoned up. But along with that, sunshades for the amphitheater that you can see here, we do have those on hand, and those will be in use for next summer. For this year, the dining hall was able to be utilized in its former fashion through the whole camping season, but with its newer amenities at various points throughout the summer. And so a big piece of that project with the dining hall was a 21st century kitchen to serve 21st century kids. And so with that, as you can see, we have a nice big space to where our kitchen staff can prepare 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, is the utilization of this. And so walk-in coolers, walk-in freezer storage, ample storage in the back. We have sufficient space to be able to utilize our dish area, and that's the big piece of keeping things moving is the sanitary side of things for camp. And so having adequate space to be able to do that in a way that we've never been able to do is important for us. Along with that, obviously more space to host folks and serve kids. This is the wing, the new dining hall wing of our overall dining hall. And as you can see, it's set up here for a wedding. But this just gives you an idea of the space and the size. Also, a nice feature of this renovation is we're able to climate control it a lot better than we previously have been, and specifically in this space, and be able to use it more year-round effectively than what we have been in the past. And so, as you can see, we've hosted a wedding, we've hosted conferences, we've hosted some local events on site right here through this. And so just once again, not only amplifying our summer, but then also how we serve people in a number of different capacities year round. And so dining hall, as we sit here today, is in the high 90% of being fully complete. As I pan back out here, some things to remember. With this, we do have additional storm shelter space, or in the event that we do have a tornado or something come near the area or severe thunderstorms, we have even more space to be able to get our kids into shelter. And that's just something that is important, but sometimes forgotten through this effort here. But really, really pleased with how this has come together. Yes, we had a number of challenges with weather and getting this project completed of when we would ideally have liked it to, but at the end of the day, we're going to be very, very thrilled with this addition. And again, thank you all for making it possible here at Camp Foster. And then as we talk about that, something to note, we do have recognition for all of you as campaign supporters of the different tiers that were outlined here at the Bedell Family YMCA, as well as at Camp Foster in the dining hall. And so if you're at those two spaces, feel free to check that out. We do update them annually as folks have continued to support the campaign and things shift around in that way. But again, a lot of great things have happened over the past 2 years through the support of so many. Very appreciative of all the volunteers that put in time and effort to make this possible. Hugely thankful to the staff that have made our organization something that people want to actually invest in. And so with that, as always, want you to feel comfortable with reaching out to myself, Josh Carr at Camp Foster, any of your friends that maybe had spoken to you about the campaign at certain times. Please just know that we're forever grateful. And if you would have interest in supporting us further with this endeavor, please don't hesitate to ask questions, and you will be hearing more from us on this. So thank you, everyone.